Johanna was indeed
Who's that?
the return of Elijah.
No.
Now here is a man who's a prophet called John the Baptist, called a prophet, receiving revelation and inspiration from the Almighty. And when questioned of whether or not he was John the Baptist, he said no. By the time it gets to Matthew 17, 10 through 13, he finds out who Jesus is. So the answer is you can have a divine spirit moving in you and you not know it because you don't tune your body in. This is why human beings get sick. Human beings get sick because their body becomes untuned, just like an automobile. If your car is not properly tuned and the pistons and stuff are not functioning properly, the car will malfunction. Correct? Right. Well, the human being also has a tuning process. He must stay in tune. Prayer, meditation, and the things that keeps the human body in tune. He plugs into the source. If he does not keep himself in tune with the spiritual world, he becomes sick physically. You understand? Yeah. So that means that spirit can be moving in man and man not be fully aware of it. All ye are sons of the Most High. Thusly, you all are angelic beings. When you break down the word angelic being, when you go to the English definition, to the Latin and Greek, you come out with the word messenger. When you go to the Arabic word malaika, you come to one full of something, to be complete or full. You follow that? Yeah. A complete being. When you were in your spiritual state, you were a complete being. When you became a mortal and slipped from grace, you became a broken being, incomplete. And then the Almighty said, you must perfect yourself or correct yourself. In the language of the scripture, this is called salihin, those who correct or fix themselves or work for perfection and righteousness. You follow that? Yeah.
What about that?
Your clubhouse mic is muted.
Oh, muted.
Yeah.
And okay, let me see what I can do about
You've been placed on hold. Please wait.
what's going on with the clubhouse. Let me leave, come back in again.
Is your mic okay now?
Hang on. I just went out, come back in again.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it.
All right, I'm gonna listen in again. I'm gonna cut this call and I'm gonna listen in again on Clubhouse. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What do?
I'll do something. All right.
Well, the vagabonds and one year tape. Yes, that you said you had two on that they belong to us. Correct? Right. We people can be vagabonds. Right. We can be an angel possessed. You can be a devil with demons plaguing you. You follow? And thus you can be a good angel or a good person inspired to do even greater things. Right. Men who are called are angels whose light is increasing. Men who fall are angels whose lights are decreasing. Unfortunately for the world, the state it's in now, more angels' lights are decreasing, thus man is falling away from the light of the Most High on a more rapid pace than those beings who are evoluting towards perfection, increasing in light and being nearer to the Most High. So you are vagabonds, you are thieves, because you do all.
Oh, that's enough.
Yeah, right.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I can't hear you at all on Clubhouse.
Oh, so let me put that lead in, okay?
It's something to do with the reception. It's like it's fading in and out. It's like the reception is bad. Maybe move the phone to another side or something.
Okay. So how about I plug it in?
Huh?
Would that help? That plug this lead in?
You can do, but it just depends on what kind of phone you've got. You know, the earpiece part of the phone.
Let me try again.
If it's the wrong one, then it won't matter anyway.
Okay.
But it's probably your microphone on Clubhouse. It sounds like underwater sound. You know, when the signal is really bad.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll try to plug this thing and see what happens. Okay.
Yeah, because it sounds like that now while I'm talking to you.
Oh, let me plug this in. Okay, it's about let me plug in and see what happens. Okay. Clubhouse.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that where you had your phone the last time, in that same place?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a bit better now.
Okay. Let me see how I plug it in now. It's plugged in now. Have you heard on that? Error 4 signal. Have you heard on Clubhouse? Have you heard on Zoom?
You can be heard on Zoom.
Or you can be heard on Zoom too.
Okay, Tata. We'll start now. Yeah.
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. Well, if you look on the mixer, there should be a piece of paper that's written on there. It says Clubhouse.
Yeah, that's.
It's yours.
That turned up at the bottom. There's little round orange sort of knobs at the bottom. Is that one turned up? Maybe like a quarter of the way.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Okay, turn up just a little bit more than that, and hopefully, if someone speaks on Clubhouse, you should be able to hear them coming from the big speakers in the room. But your reception is really bad on your phone, so that could be the reason why.
Okay.
Let me hang up, and then I'll log back into Clubhouse and see if I can hear you.
Gotcha.
I have tricky things, but that you need to aim yourself from great.
Robert, just about to start. Can we be heard on Clubhouse? Just want to test the reception. Can we be heard on Clubhouse?
No.
Let me put this mic up. Can we heard now? Can we be heard now on Clubhouse?
No.
We can't be heard.
I'm going to leave now and come back in.
Okay, let me leave. Yeah, let me do that. I'll leave and I'll come back in. How about now? Can we be heard? Reception? Can we be heard on? How's the volume on now on Clubhouse? What's going on here? Can we be heard on Clubhouse? Can you hear any? Can you hear anything?
You can be heard somehow, but it's just like it's kind of rotating.
Oh, I don't know. I have to adjust it again. What about Zoom?
Zoom's clear.
It's clear, but Clubhouse is not. Oh, sorry, fam. Just trying to get to sort this out. Right, music? Yeah, the Clubhouse one. Hi, fam. Just trying to get. If you can hear me.
I suggest if you just start and then we try to figure out.
All right, we can start now anyway. So we're going to start on fortunately Clubhouse, fam on Clubhouse. Trying to get what's wrong with the audio here. Anyway, so we can begin. Roll back tomorrow. Can you call
Maybe have to say that again. Come back here.
yeah, can you phone yeah. Can you phone
Call me instead. He's teaching class. Yeah, call me instead. Yeah. Bye.
right, we're going to start. Apologies for the delays in class. Until we get it, we're trying to improve the volume on Zoom. So we're gonna start. Trying to get this. How about now? Can you hear now on Clubhouse? Can we hear on Clubhouse? Can we be heard on Clubhouse?
No, Zamal, audio quality is still bad.
We just moved it. How about now? Can we be heard on Clubhouse? How's the volume now?
The quality is still bad, Zamal.
Bad.
I'll log out, log back in.
Scripts enough in the store with that.
Tua.
Okay, let me come out.
It's enough. It's in the store with that to yeah.
I'm in the store.
You can unmute his mic and then mute his mic and can hear.
Okay, close enough. You might have to unmute your mic.
Right, just come out.
Do you just want to use my phone? Just plug it in on the table.
Yeah.
We're going to use the Maltat's phone. Hopefully.
Yeah. What do you plug it in? Oh. Did you plug the mic in? You need this? Okay, can we be heard? Oh, let me unmute. Okay, we on the.
You can be heard.
We heard on the Clubhouse?
Tua.
All right, great. That's a matter. Right, sorry for the delay, fam. About to start now. We'd like to say sorry for delays. Rahobat, greetings. I am Hatwi Ray Atam Hatab. I'm just one of the many student teachers of the master teacher, His Excellency Dr. Malachi Z.K. Okran, affectionately known to us as Panabab Yanun, the galactical master teacher of heaven and earth, also known as Baba Yanun. The word Baba can allude to father. Baba can also pertain to soul, a double portion of soul. Okay. As you know, it is customary for us to give praise, reverence, and gratitude to our overseers, Nadaru, and today is no exception. And I'd like to start off by reciting the 99 names of our overseers. Now, tactful, sisters, would you like to participate? Join us? So just recite after me, okay? Those on Clubhouse and Zoom, you've got, this is the 99 names. Anadaru, if you'd like to join in, be free. Burur, burur. Nabab Nadar, Muqtar. Holy, 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 Master Overseer, Almighty. Not Mugdad, Badit Pata, not Mukhlas, Badid Yanun. No deity except Pata, No savior except Yanun. Ladarun. Yeye muftarun.
Yeye mutaru.
Yeye nadarun. Yeye atumreye.
Yeye atumreye.
Yeye nadar.
Yeye lalar.
Yeye nun.
Yeye naurur.
Yeye nadar.
Yeye nadar.
Yeye nuntat.
Yeye runtat.
Yeye nadartat.
Yeye nadatat.
Yeye ha.
Yeye har.
Yeye nadar.
Yeye nadar.
Yeye hatat.
Yeye hartat.
Yeye nadartat.
Yeye nadartat.
Yeye kak.
Yeye kak.
Yeye nadar.
Yeye nadar.
Yeye katat.
Yeye kartat.
Yeye nadartat.
Yeye nadartat.
Yeye amun.
Yeye am.
Yeye nadar.
Yeye nadar.
Yeye amuntat.
Yeye amuntat.
Yeye nadartat.
Yeye nadartat.
Yeye atum.
Yeye artum.
Yeye nadar.
Yeye nadar.
Yeye shashash.
Yeye shakras.
Yeye nadar.
Yeye nadar.
Yeye tafafnatat.
Yeye nakafnatat.
Yeye nadartat.
Yeye nadartat.
Yeye sabab.
Yeye sabah.
Yeye nadar.
Yeye narar.
Yeye nutat.
Yeye lutat.
Yeye nadartat.
Yeye nadartat.
Yeye ashashtat.
Yeye ashashtat.
Yeye nadartat.
Yeye nadartat.
Yeye asar.
Yeye asar.
Yeye nadar.
Yeye narar.
Yeye nabatat hatat.
Yeye nabatat hatat.
Yeye nadartat.
Yeye nadartat.
Yeye satak.
Yeye satar.
Yeye nadar.
Yeye nadar.
Yeye harar.
Yeye hadar.
Yeye nadar.
Yeye nadar.
Yeye haptwi.
Yeye haptwi.
Yeye nadar.
Yeye nadar.
Yeye anaktat.
Yeye arnaktat.
Yeye nadartat.
Yeye nadartat.
Yeye ahaharartwi.
Yeye aharahartwi.
Yeye nadar.
Yeye nadar.
Yeye nafartum.
Yeye nafartum.
Yeye nadar.
Yeye nadar.
Yeye manthu.
Yeye mantu.
Yeye nadar.
Yeye nadar.
Yeye bapti.
Yeye babsi.
Yeye nadar.
Yeye nadar.
Yeye sahamtat.
Yeye sahamtat.
Yeye nadartat.
Yeye sadartat.
Yeye hatat harartat.
Yeye hatat harartat.
Yeye nadartat.
Yeye nadartat.
Yeye ba'ibis.
Yeye baines.
Yeye nadar.
Yeye brar.
Yeye basastat.
Yeye basastat.
Yeye nadartat.
Yeye bah.
Yeye emhatab.
Yeye emhartat.
Yeye nadar.
Yeye nadar.
Yeye hu.
Yeye hur.
يي نظار
يي نظار
يي متات
يي متات
يي نظرتت
يي نطرتت
يي مهارت
يي مرحرت
يي نظرتت
يي نطرتت
يي خفري
يي خفري
يي نظار
يي نطار
يي مسخنا
يي مسخانا
يي نظرتت
يي نطرتت
يي رأيتت
يي رريتت
يي نظرتت
يي نطرتت
يي خنتي منتي و
يي خنتي منتي هو
يي نظار
يي نطار
يي هكاعة
يي كارحة
يي نظرتت
يي نطرتت
يي نثاتت
يي نطرتت
يي نظرتت
يي نطرتت
يي معات
يي مهات
يي نظرتت
يي نطرتت
يي غنمت
تت
يي
يي
شييتت
شريتت
يي نظرتت
يي نررتت
يي مفتت
يي مفتت
يي نظرتت
يي نردت
يي صباق
يي صباك
يي نظار
يي نطار
يي آنب
يي آنت
يي نظار
يي رنار
يي خانوم
يي كرنوم
يي نظار
يي نرار
يي خناس
يي خناس
يي نظار
يي ينار
يي بطانون
يي بطانون
يي نظار
يي نيار
يي صيي
يي صيين
يي نظار
يي نيار
يي هبتت
يي حطت
يي نظرتت
يي صنعتت
يي آمس
يي عمس
يي نظار
يي رنار
يي صربتي
يي صرفتي
يي نظار
يي نيار
يي آتون ري
يي آتم ري
يي نظار
يي نيار
يي زهوتي
يي رنوتوي
يي نظار
يي نرار
يي بطاورت
يي بتوارت
يي نظرتت
يي رنيتت
يي سررقاتت
يي صراحاتت
يي نظرتت
يي رناتت
يي ها
يي هار
يي نظار
يي نرار
يي نحب قاعة
يي نابحاها
يي نظار
يي نرار
يي سكر
يي ساكا
يي نظار
يي ندار
يي بقى
يي بحا
يي نظار
يي
يي
نار
يي آكر
يي هاكا
يي نظار
يي ندار
يي أمهرتت
يي امخار خراتت
يي نظرتت
يي نارتت
يي وبوتت
يي
يي نظار
يي نار
يي سوخت خطبتت
Ye so hapta.
Ataptat.
Hapta.
Ye nadartat.
Ye nartat.
Ye maraitat.
Ye maretat.
Torqatat.
Argatat.
Ye nadartat.
Ye nartat.
Ye soyaitat.
Ye soretat.
Ye nadartat.
Ye nartat.
Ye garatat.
Ye karatat.
Ye nadartat.
Ye nartat.
Ye asat ennu.
Ye asat enyo.
Ye nadar.
Ye narar.
Ye bahatat.
Ye bahatat.
Ye nadartat.
Ye narartat.
Ye khalamtat.
Ye haramtat.
Ye nadartat.
Ye narartat.
Ye manaktat.
Ye manaktat.
Ye nadartat.
Ye manartat.
Ye khamam.
Ye hamam.
Ye nadar.
Ye narar.
Ye mahatwi.
Ye mahatui.
Ye nadar.
Ye nanar.
Ye kabasana nafaf.
Ye kabas. Ah.
Ye nadar.
Ye nanar.
Ye da'amatat afaf.
Ye dam atat.
Batata.
Afaf taf.
Ye nadar.
Ye narar.
Ye maraitat.
Ye maritat.
Ye nadartat.
Ye narartat.
Ye nasat.
Ye nasat.
Ye nadar.
Ye nadar.
Ye emdadatat.
Ye emdaratat.
Ye nadartat.
Ye narartat.
Ye nachak.
Ye nakak.
Batat.
Atat.
Ye nadartat.
Ye narartat.
Ye sachatat.
Ye sahaktat.
Ye nadartat.
Ye narartat.
Ye anaktat.
Ye anaktat.
Ye nadartat.
Ye narartat.
Ye dadad.
Ye dad.
Ye nadar.
Ye nanar.
Ye tamum.
Ye tamum.
Ye nadar.
Ye natar.
Ye wahu.
Ye wahur.
Ye nadar.
Ye nanar.
Ye yasas.
Ye yasas.
Ye nadar.
Ye nanar.
Ye anak.
Ye anak.
Ye nadar.
Ye nanar.
Ye afaf nuit.
Ye afafnuit.
Ye nadar.
Ye nanar.
Ye satat.
Ye stat.
Ye nadartat.
Ye nanartat.
Ye sachatwi.
Ye sakhatui.
Ye nadar.
Ye nanar.
Ye emmaat.
Ye enat.
Ye nadar.
Ye nanar.
Ye nana.
Ye nanat.
Ye nadar.
Ye nanar.
Ye imnuit.
Ye inuit.
Ye nadar.
Ye nanar.
Ye em satachtwi.
Ye em sakhatui.
Ye nadar.
Ye nanar.
Ye mukdaltat.
Ye muktaltat.
Ye nadartat.
Ye ranatat.
Ye raashafaf.
Ye rahashana.
Ye nadar.
Ye retard.
Ye marartwi.
Ye monartwi.
Ye nadar.
Ye retard.
Ye amunre.
Ye amun ye.
Ye nadar.
Ye retard.
Ooh. Nahu nafir. Alal jawif.
Alal jawif.
Awu.
Awu.
Okay, Robobat Moisar. It's important that we do acknowledge our overseers, and invoke these etheric forces in and around us and through our being. By doing so, what we are doing is we are realigning ourselves, not only as individuals, but as a collective, to those one and the same. They are us and we are them. Okay, so it's time, it is important that we do take time out for them, because they do hear us when we call out, and they do respond to us. When we do call out. So I'm going to
How do they respond to us?
well, a good question. Different means, by way of intuition. Not only by, you may get a thought in your mind to do a certain thing or not to do a thing. Also, response can be many different ways. But they hear our call by way of the fact that they have sent one incarnated. One of them, the Father so loved us that he came himself in the persons of Dr. Malachi Z.K. York, galactically known as Parnabab Yanun, bring us this right knowledge, right wisdom, and right information, right knowledge, right wisdom, right understanding, leading on to right overstanding that qualifies for our own spiritual science and universal knowledge called wu-sabat.
Yes. On that note, what do 99 names represent?
What they read there, okay. The 99 names, these are like attributes that that when we invoke or we chant these the 99 names, we are invoking those attributes in us and within us.
Okay.
Okay. So once again, Rahubat, Habtiri Atam Hatap. And that's one that, as I said before, I'm just one of the many student teachers of the master teacher, Baba Yananun. And today's class is entitled, Did Parnabab Yanun incarnate to raise up God? And before we start, before we answer that question, I don't know if you all have talked to people on your travels about God. I have, and it's a very controversial subject. Why? Because everyone has their own interpretation of who and or what God is. And 99.9% of the time, they give God a gender. Now, what gender, that's the question I'll put out to the floor, what gender do they give God? Male.
Male.
Correct. They give God a male gender. They say he. And we know that where there's a God, there must be a goddess. Correct? So who comes out of who? Does God come out of goddess, or does goddess come out of God? That's right. And that's in the English language. See? So if God comes out of goddess, who was first? Goddess or God?
Goddess.
Goddess, correct. So why is it that people give a male gender to God? Because of
They say masculine, they can only have power. Women only have power.
that's 100%. Anybody else?
The divine feminine has been suppressed through religion.
100% right. What it is for the last 6,000 years, we've been, or the world has been under a patriarch rule, the world. And in monotheism, Abraham is regarded as the patriarch of the three monotheistic religion. And so that what they're actually doing is suppressing the true deity. Because what, like in especially Buddhism, when they try and own, they're actually giving reference to the feminine forces. When the word is used omnipresent, omnipotent, omniscient, wherever om is used, that pertains to the feminine forces. The Romans knew that. So when they give the number 1,000, does anybody know what the number 1,000 is in Roman numeral? It is M. Because that is 1000. And that 1,000 is 999% plus 1, which is perfection. So they knew who the omnipotent force is. We say one is the mother, M other. The other is the 3 zeros represent in the mystery system as space, matter, and time. All three are, my teacher puts it, in an eternal marital embrace, and they couldn't be separated even if they wanted to. Okay. So, did Pandababhyanan incarnate to raise up God? But if I rephrased it and say, put it like this, did Pandababhyanan incarnate to raise up Elohims? Does that make a difference?
Yes.
Why is that so much?
Because Elohim is speaking of both goddesses and gods.
Correct. How about here this now? Did Pandababhyanan incarnate to raise up Anunnaki? Does that make a difference? Ooh. Does that make a difference? When I say, did Pandababhyanan incarnate to raise up Anunnaki? Silence in the house.
I'd say with my limited amount of input, my limited amount of research regarding this, I haven't even touched Anunnaki yet, so to touch it.
Okay.
I'd say yes.
Anybody else?
Well, Anunnaki was a part of us.
Isn't Ninkasi one of the beings, one of the tribe beings that incarnate into the master?
Yeah. But it also is a part of the Sumerian era. So they teach us that to be able to us get as far as Egypt.
Didn't Enki move to I said no. Didn't Enki go to Africa and birth children from her son's people? Does that mean then that we have Anunnaki
Got LinkedIn.
got linked in? We say so there's a link there to the Anunnaki, correct? Okay then. Okay, if I put it like this, the Pandababhyanan incarnate to raise up Nitiru or Nadaru. Does that make a difference? The Pandababhyanan incarnate to raise up Nitiru or Nadaru. Come and silence in the house. Yes. He did. Okay. The Pandababhyanan incarnate to raise up avatars. Ooh. Okay, we're getting there. What is an avatar?
Is an avatar something has to incarnate into? I was asking, is an avatar something
Correct,
something
correct.
has to incarnate into?
Yeah, or a divine being in a human form.
Yeah.
Okay, now how about this term? It's the Arabic term. Yeah, and this is the Arabic term. Dipana babiananen, incarnate, to raise up, ila mutajasid. I also started in the house now. Did Zamal? Can you break down what you know what ila mutajasid?
Just mean the part of being illa, mean just the physical part. So what it is, just another name for avatar.
Right.
Right. So basically, we are somewhat like him.
That's right.
God, an avatar.
We come back to that in a minute.
Oh.
The reason why I'm using these different terms, here it is. Dipana babiananen, incarnate, raise up, ila mutajasid, like himself. Yes. Now, when you say ila mutajasid, the brother says the Arabic word. Ila means divine, muta means very, and jasid means in a body. So you talk about a divine being in human form. So when we say all these words, the answer is yes. Pana babiananen, incarnated to raise up high beings like himself. Now, the question I need to ask now is, who else on the planet Earth has made that claim? Name one black leader in the diaspora
Black leader.
who said, yeah, I'm talking black leaders, because we don't really concerned. What else do what they want to do? But in the diaspora, as they call it, from, let's say, in the last 6,000 years, let's go back as far back as you can remember, who has come forth and says, I have incarnated to raise up deities?
I'll say in German.
I'd say the one they call Christ.
Right.
But he said quoted Psalm 82 verse 6.
Yeah.
It's not written in the law that we are God.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So, but however, when you talk about when you go into the Bible, you're talking about that's not our records, you see. But yes, Jesus said, "Is it not written in your law?" John 8:34. Is not written in your law that ye are gods? All ye are gods, sons and daughters of the Most High. This comes from Psalms 82:6. So even in their Bible, it gives reference to the fact that we are. Let's say I talked to one brother at work, and he said, "Miniature gods." Let's put it like that: miniature gods. Okay. So here's the question now. Is the definition of God that we have been given correct?
No, because of it's been given it's always about the men, everything because obviously it's been given to support the system, quote unquote, that we have been subjugated ourselves to. And so everything, a lot of what even the so-called what they see and what they carry on as ladies are actually transgender. So it's obviously all about the so-called the quote unquote patriarchal movement. Men, you know?
Okay. Well, when I say is the definition of God that we have been given correct, take in consideration that all these different titles of God, as Elon Mutajasid, Nadaro, Anunnaki, Elohim. So
yeah.
So the definition we've been given of God, I'm talking about, let's say from religion, is it correct? It's not correct. Why is that?
It doesn't really explain what a God is. It just says you are gods. I think defining what God is would then allow everybody to know they can be that, and then it would mess up their system in that respect. So they have to distort the definition in books or written, and then we will never really get the true understanding of it. And then obviously like the 6 words that you gave us for the same one meaning.
Yeah.
If over 3,000 years we're using those different words for different things, so like avatar is used in games, we are seeing it as a character, but we don't associate it with a god. So it's just, yeah, that.
Because when I talk to people about God, they will say he's the creator, etc., etc. Sister, will say something about that?
I was just going to say it's seen as an entity outside of self.
Right.
And the people.
So,
We're talking about the word or the meaning of the word.
or I'm talking about the definition or the meaning that we've been given of God.
It seems on the table to us. And it
Okay. Okay.
So,
Yeah. Okay. So hear this now. What renders one a God? What is what I'm reaching out a point as to about the part of the body and economic base of God. So what renders one a God? Any takers? Any level?
I don't know, so I think the state of your consciousness.
Your state of your consciousness.
Yeah.
A state of mind renders one a God. Anything else? Problem?
getting deep.
Yeah. What renders one a God?
Balancing the masculine and feminine energies within myself. That's what makes it.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds great.
Anybody else?
Are you talking about the task?
I'm just talking about what renders one a God. We've been given an erroneous. We said that the definition of God that we've been given, which is through religion, because let's be for real, we've all been tarnished by the Bashar religion, some way, shape, or form. So the question that I ask is, what renders one a God? Because according to religion, you've got the creator. God creates. He creates everything, and yeah.
So I would answer now.
The intellectual capacity.
Intellectual capacity and it does. I think being a creator.
Okay.
Being able to create.
May I speak?
Go ahead, Zamal.
One who is responsible for their actions.
Okay. That's a good. One who's responsible for their actions. Okay, it's very good. We can comment to that later.
Respawn or response?
Responsible,
yeah.
Responsible for your bad actions.
Yeah. But hear this now. Can God or gods be wa'wid, which is good, or dawil, evil? Can God be, or God or gods be good or evil?
Yeah. No such thing as good and evil. Or
Yeah.
I'm only learning.
I don't think there's such a thing as good and evil because it depends on where you stand. And there is duality, but what I might see as good, someone else might see as evil.
Yes.
Vice versa.
Give me an example of something that's good. Give me an example of good and evil.
I might see killing as evil, and another person might see it as some type of necessity for the greater good.
Because you know that you have the right to defend land, sea, and space.
Yeah.
And so somebody comes with a knife. There's 2 options you can do: run away, or if you know jujitsu. Yeah, you know what I mean. You know.
That's what they say.
So he said earlier on, there's a question there I put out. Can a female be a god, or is it only attributed to a male, a he or a him? Can a female be a god? Okay.
Well, I think that the ladies can be good because look how reckless we have to speak on myself, myself, and you know, and men in general, that we've been reckless in our ways.
Yeah.
If men were not ruling in the system, there would be no out of balance energy. So
Right. So a female can be God.
Yeah, I think only
Uh,
females can be gods.
because
Because,
if God creates,
yeah.
and this is how the master teacher puts it. If someone says, "Do you believe in God?" He would say, as Musbato said, he would say, "My creators is my mother and my father. Your mother and your father, or our mother and fathers, are our personal creators with the help of the forces of nature. So the forces of nature will be our impersonal creators. Okay? Without the father, without the mother and the father, say it like that, without the mother and the father, mean you won't be having this conversation right now. Okay? So our parents are our personal creators. The impersonal creators will be the forces of nature. Okay? However, let's take it to the next level. Without the mother, we won't be here. We won't be having this conversation. Because we can take the male out of the equation and the female has the ability to reproduce on her own, and the science is called parthenogenesis. Because you have you have a gland called a Bartholin gland within the vaginal orifice that is maimed, so that if it wasn't maimed, if it was in full activation, just like the barotheric gland, you'd be able to reproduce without the aid of a male and female child. Because when the male sperm fuses with the egg, the mitochondrial DNA, which is the powerhouse of the cell, is not in the head of the sperm. It's in the middle section of the tail. So when the sperm fuses with the egg, the tail falls off. And that's where the powerhouse of the record is kept. All that's kept is the DNA of the male in the sperm head. So that's why when a child comes out, let's say a female child, the female child will have characteristics or features of the dad. That's just because of the DNA that's in the head of the sperm. However, the mitochondria now is in the female.
Sorry, does it have to do with something of the chromosomes as well?
Now, the chromosomes now, the chromosomes, no, not the chromosomes, but the chromosomes are in the cellular nuclei, because the mitochondria has its own DNA separate from so there's two DNA in the cell. You have the cellular DNA, you have the mitochondrial DNA. You follow?
Yeah.
So the cellular DNA of the male is in the sperm head. So within the ova, the egg of the female, there is the cellular DNA and the mitochondrial DNA. The male does have mitochondrial DNA, obviously, and they call that on the Y chromosome, it's called YAP DNA. That's what they refer to it as. However, the female, because you was maimed, you had that ability to give birth to a child without the aid of a male. And you must have obviously done that because you was here thousands or millions of years before the male.
Other than having a child on your own, what would happen if a woman never had that gland made?
Oh, she would know.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's a very good question. No, because she would know, she'll be giving birth without the aid of a male.
But then other than that, is there any other abilities that would come along with that only exists, gland that's there?
Yeah.
Okay.
What it is that apart from the gland being maimed, and was maimed for good reason, is the fact that you also had your Bartholin gland, the barotheric gland, that also was maimed. But that was made in males as well, also for good reason. Okay. So now we are in a new day, time, and cycle. We're in a new 24,000 years cycle, and we're in the new 6,000 years cycle. So we are in a cycle where the feminines, you are coming back to power. So wouldn't that be part of the package? All your faculties will be restored. Right in the back with the mic.
I read that we qualified. Sun cycle, what does that actually mean?
We qualified.
We qualified
for
the sun cycle. What does that actually mean?
Right, yeah. Yeah, that's a good question. Now the master said mentioned in many scrolls in Right Knowledge series. And what he said is that in order for you to survive this sun cycle, you need to be qualified. But let's put it like this. The master said that, I'm going to see if I can read an excerpt. This is coming from the scroll, Breaking the Spell on Blacks. Hear this now. This is from it's a quite old scroll, Breaking the Spell on Blacks, page 29, and it reads, I quote, one authorized and appointed by the forces of nature is given connection and access to, this is in reference to Panabadi and Anand. One authorized and appointed by the forces of natural nature, we're talking about the female forces of natural nature, is given connection and access to the powers of Pa-Rayay, the sun. When we say Pa-Rayay, the sun, we've actually made the etheric sun. Because once you have connection to the etheric sun, you also have connection to Pa-Shamash, the physical sun. So okay. One authorized and appointed by the force of nature, giving connection and access to the powers of Pa-Rayay, the sun, and Pa-A, the moon, and powers of Pa-Ta'a, the planet Earth, that he may take his place in the sun, meaning universal affairs. Hear this now. And all of his kind who are able to learn, understand, and accept universal knowledge and facts as disclosed by nine ether will also be given the same connections and powers for realization and maintenance of liberty, justice, equality, and rightness, and survival beyond 2000 onto 2003 onto 2030, which is the order of Ma'at. So, just how the master was authorized, appointed, and qualified by the female forces of natural nature to take his place amongst universal affairs, he is saying that we too have that ability and those capabilities just like himself to become an ilah mutajasid, or an avatar, or an Nadaru, or an Elohim, or an Anunnaki, or a Theos, or a God. See? Now, let me go back here. Go back on this God thing. You know, they use oh, hang on, that's a good question here. Is the devil a god? Did I say that before? Is the devil a god? Did I say that? Is the devil a god?
No.
No. I know. To an extent.
I don't think he is, but he doesn't say anything.
Creates havoc.
Causes havoc, doesn't he?
People worship him.
People worship the devil like a god. How about this one then? You know, they use that term, GOAT, G-O-A-T, which, what does that mean? Yeah. Greatest of all time. Would that be an attribute of a god?
Being a goat or being the greatest of all time?
Being a, not the whole bit. I'm talking about being the greatest of God of all time. Think how you miss this. Yeah, being a goat. Being the goat great. Yeah, being a... Yeah. See, I picked up on that, yeah. So being a... So being a GOAT, can that be an attribute of a god?
What the devil worshippers, yeah?
So how about this then? Can Michael Jackson be classified as a god?
Seems like it.
How about Elvis?
Oh,
No.
Why? Because you don't like his music?
So what is a god?
Right.
Hold
Mm.
on. Hold on. So I will accept that Michael Jackson rose to his.
The godhood.
Yeah, I can accept that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I want you to continue the class.
So Mark, what it is, right? Because you don't like Elvis, I don't say something, Mark.
I like Elvis. I don't know. You took everything from us. I just know that.
Considering the information we got, Elvis, well, something like that, yeah, be considered. Yeah, it's a really real. So people being considered a god.
Yeah.
Unto most people.
Yeah.
Unto all Canaan people.
Yeah.
Not to us.
Yeah, but still a god, though, isn't it?
The reason why
Yeah.
was because he could dance. Don't say he could move a certain way. Therefore, he could dance.
Yeah.
And the dance acronym or DANCE.
Mm.
It basically soul, but they use that acronym, the dance thing,
Yeah.
to say dance, not to have soul, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not right.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
How about this one then? Can Hitler be regarded as a god?
This is why I'm waiting for the rest of the class because I'm not saying anything now.
Okay. Oh, that's what you think. What about Jack the Ripper?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
So that, but do you know what you guys are saying? Hang on. Any questions? Any participation on the Clubhouse and Zoom? No questions, comments, observations.
Yes, sir. I think about the other class relating to God just being good, and it sounds like you're saying God can be, disagreeable and agreeable. So if you're going to mention the disagreeables, then I suppose they can be gods, isn't it?
That's right. 100%, Zamal. So God is not it's not attributed to someone who's good. It can be also attributed to someone who's evil. It can be, because look at Hitler. They would say, yeah, Hitler killed millions of Jews in the gas chambers. We know the reason why, food for the gods. However, if he's so evil, why do on the History Channel and Yesterday Channel always show Hitler movies? You know what this is saying?
Wow.
That everyone has a definition of God. One definition of God is he is the creator. The next definition is Michael Jackson. An entertainer can be a god. Michael Jordan, whoever. Someone who excels in their field of endeavor can be regarded as a God. God, yeah, God. God. Yeah, I mean, G-U-A-R-D, yeah, God. One God's the bank, one God's the universe. Okay, right? Yeah. Is that it? Yeah. Is that the trick that... Yeah. So, however, let's say something small. No. So, however, we as Muslims, we too have our own definition of God. I could use the word deity, I could use the word Nataro, I could use the word Imam Mutajasid, questions about that?
Does God have to be a living being? Can it be a thing, an object? Can I say money is a god?
All right, yeah, there you go. So in essence, you're saying something that is incorporeal, something that is non-sentient, doesn't have flesh and blood. Possessions, people can be possessed by their possessions, and to them, that's their God. Go ahead, Simon.
Anything we give reverence to, anything we give reverence to is, in a sense, a God.
That's it. That which we give reverence to can be attributed as a God. Be it your car, be it your clothes, your shoes, a person, place, or thing. Your house can be your God. In essence, isn't it?
When we were talking about people and celebrities, You made me think that being a, well, not you made me think, but the conversation made me think to being a God is really just doing what you want to do. And like not really having anybody question you or not caring about the question. Because whether you make yourself the God and you make your own rules up, or you follow religion or a celebrity and you're either copying them or you're trying to build yourself up in their image, I guess. Is that what you're saying?
What it is that our definition of God as Sabians is putting on the mask of God and realizing that you are God and becoming responsible. However, when we say, okay, let me go back to, when you go to using a biblical quote, this is in Exodus chapter 7, verse 1, and it reads, and Yahweh Elohim, in the English, it's got a, and the Lord God, no, Yahweh Elohim, Yahweh Elohim. No, and no, so it says, yeah, and the Lord said, that's it. And Yahweh Umar said unto Moses, see, I've made you a God, what is Elohim, and Aaron thy brother shall be the prophet, Nabi. Exodus 7:1. So when it says, and the Lord said unto Moses, see, I shall make you a God. That means then that what that is implying is that this Yahweh had to be higher than God to make Moses a God.
Okay.
And in order for this Yahweh or Yahweh or Jehovah, whatever, this I say Yahuwah, this Yahweh, if he said, see, I've made thee a God unto Pharaoh, that would imply that Moses had to have gone through some initiation to be rendered a God in the eyes of Pharaoh. See? That will make the Pharaoh a God as well. So with that being said, isn't that what the master teacher has come to do to us? In order for us to be raised up to deityship, or we'll say Mugdad Tat-U, female deities, Wu Mugdad-U, male deities. Will we have to go through initiations as well if we want to reach those heights? Unless you're like me, you've got an exemption certificate. So, exemption card. Let me see my exemption card. Yeah. So, and then the master himself had to have gone through those initiations to go into that seat of Yanun. And then all those before him had to also do the same thing as well. So what makes us any different? Isn't when your Lord said ye are gods? Sons and daughters of the Most High? So, in order for us to make those qualifications, that means that we've got to have certain things we need to do. Give me an example. What do you think some of the things we need to do in order to make those qualifications?
Be authentic.
Be authentic, which means to be real. Go ahead, Samantha. Well done. Anybody else?
Transcend the illusion of quote unquote good and evil.
100%. Yeah, you may need to tempt it from a gas mark 8 to gas mark 9, but you're there.
All right. Oh.
The key, obviously, the operative word is illusion.
Yeah. Transcend the illusion.
And what is an illusion?
The illusion is quote unquote a dream, a lie, something that is not it's something that is pseudo, that is not authentic.
100% right. Samantha wants to say something add on to that on the other build? Yeah, you're 100% right. The illusion means something that's not real. Or we say breaking the spell. Because if you're under a spell, we talk about there are people that is on the spot, but they still can be regarded as gods. But as Musbato Sabians, in order to qualify as Nadar, an overseer, we have to break the illusion or break the spell. Apart from that, as you read earlier on, we also got to have we got to have right knowledge in our head. We've got to be thinking a certain way. There's certain things that we have to be doing. Certain chants, language. But with all that being said, the Master said, Sadat Zamatan, there's certain things that we should be doing. And really, the two things the Master always said that we should be doing. That is love and unity. Because without love and unity, we say Ashok, divine love and unity, one can never attain those heights or can never qualify. So it's not really about how much knowledge you got, but it's certain attributes. And the highest is Ashok, divine love. That's the highest of attributes. But at the same time, we do need something inside the head as well. I mean, so apart from that, there is a qualification that has to be met. Okay. Everyone following so far? Go ahead, Isabel.
Also, your DNA is recalibrated.
Okay.
Recalibrated.
Your DNA. Yeah.
The doctrine does teach the DNA.
Right. Yeah. When you say recalibrate the DNA, what's in reference to that is the brother's talking about this last class. 76% of our DNA is, for lack of a better word, redundant, and we're only operating off of 24%. Because they say that it's they call that junk DNA. But how could the majority of your DNA be regarded as junk DNA, as they term it? How could the majority of unless they're trying to tell us something that, or they don't want us to know that, or they're trying to imply that within our DNA, there's certain things that can be activated. But what is it that we have the capacity, because we have been endowed with an array of attributes to activate those higher forces within us. All we need is a spark. And that spark is what the Master Teacher has come to give each and every one of us. So each and every one of us has the ability and capability to raise up to the higher heights of perfection.
Is this a DNA doctrine as well?
It's a DNA doctrine.
What does that actually mean?
Okay.
DNA doctrine.
Okay, right. Yeah. When you say that's very good, because what comes to mind when you say DNA doctrine, you talk about we call it a genetic explosion. What that means is that when you are hearing or you're reading or something, I get it. There is an awakening taking place inside of you. There was a dormant gene that was asleep, now has awoken. A door has opened up. And there comes a point whereby your doors are beginning to open now, and before you know it, it's like a domino effect that occurs where the things just opens up. Bam! You see? Let me just read something.
Sorry, Zamal, before you go there,
oh,
can I just show an image? Share an image of what you're alluding to regarding genetic explosion. That ties with atom. See these. Can that be seen? You see the screen? So you can see the hands, rays of hands it's the life-giving energy that touches each and every person. So that's the knowledge that wakens us up with the Ankh. So in essence, it's atom ray It's another title for Barnababian. His job is to raise us, and that's what these hands here are alluding to on the sun. So I just want to just give a visual representation of what's taking place with wu-sabat. Just we're all being touched and raised. Thank you.
Oh, Dr. Mann. We could go into this image, but
Yeah, no,
that's for another class. Okay. So now, going back to the title of the class, did Barnababian incarnate to raise up gods? I just want to read, this is what the master writes in certain scrolls. But for the chosen few, from the many called, I sift to find those beings that wish to become one with the supreme in all. Those that wish to know Tara, the way, Hak, the truth, and the light to a heavenly Father, creator of all, and his chosen anointed. This is written years ago, that's what I got. And we go to the supreme beings, the Melanite race, actual fact number 27, page 1, start from 4, and it reads, before that one color, there was black energy, 76% of this universe, and black material, 24%. They say dark energy and dark matter, but really it's black energy and black matter. 5. Khamin black was Lawan that colors are, and Labin white became. 7. All colors hazaz vibrate to exist. White is not a color. 8. It is void of color, so in fact, it is void of tahzuz, vibration. And color expresses ta'ataf, emotion, or color is energy emotion, which creates mood or expression. Color has an effect on our DNA as well, on our emotions as well, color, yeah. 41, chapter 41, the stronger the genes, the faster the motion in terms of vibration, how our body vibrates. The darker the skin hue. The stronger the genes, the faster the motion, the darker the skin hue. 42, the black race is in fact the oldest, strongest, both physically and mentally. 44, the African black race is in fact the supreme beings from whom all others come forth. 48, black people of African origin are physically and intellectually more advanced than the other races. Make note, Musbat'u Empa Nadar'u. What makes us unique is the actual fact that we are the only ones with 9 ether wabar hair. All others, as well as animals, have 6 ether wabar fur. 51. So, Nawapians, this is to say that our melanin leads to genetic superiority. We have more superior genes. Let me, my throat turn dry. We have been endowed with much more brain powers, here it is, and a wide array of options at our disposal, or of our behaviors. We have a wide array of options at our disposal. And Sakhamat powers to reply to and are able to experience a much wider array of inputs, meaning apart from our hair that gives us the ability to receive outformation, because the eye has antennae, we have our skin, we have our internal organs that we have the ability to not only receive, but also transmit. And apart from that, we also have our, also what's contained within our genes, our telomeres. So we have a wide variety of options at our disposal to utilize, to receive and, to receive and transmit information, okay, than any other race. And when we talk about telomeres, of all the races, we have more telomeres than all other races. And of the races, the council, they have the less telomeres than all other races. And the length of the telomeres determines the longevity. So feminines have more telomeres than men. Telomere basically means at the tips of our chromosomes, they are like the master terms it as tips. On each strand, look at let's say look at the X chromosome, right? On each X, there's about three telomeres on each chromosome. That means there's 1, 2, 3, 4. That means that on the two X's there's 24, and on the X and Y of the male, there's only 21. So he's missing a stem. So the feminines, you have more telomeres or longer telomeres than the males. That means you will live longer than males.
This is why men die early.
That's right. Yeah, that's why men die early, because men have less telomeres than you all. Okay. So the longer the telomeres, the longer you live, barring illness and accidents, and the number of telomeres, the longer you live. So feminines will live longer than males. It's a by natural nature. Sorry.
Can you develop, does this doctrine help develop that telomeres? It's something that can die, it's something that you can develop, get more of as you grow. Does the education, the knowledge help rebuild that if it's been damaged?
Somebody just posted, I think that was here, just posted, I think telomeres shortening, there you go. I'm gonna put the headers. Okay. Zamal, you want to read that out for us, please, Zamal? Wait for Bob just to read this. Okay. Oh, maybe you could hear me. Okay, so yeah, so your question is, yeah, we have that ability and capability to grow telomeres, or what, how and why? Because what it is that within our brain, we have synapse. And what this doctrine does, it gives you makes you realize that we have the ability to regrow new neurons. Yeah, you grow new neurons by the synapses, and you could increase the amount of synapses. They call it neuroplasticity, but in some of the medical world, they say that only the kidney has the ability to regenerate. But wu-sabat teaches us different, that the brain has the ability to regenerate itself, just like the kidneys, because of the telomere, because of the synapses, and because of the neurons. Okay, so you have, or we have, that ability and capability to regrow new brain cells, neurons, and increase the amount of synapses.
And is that the DNA doctrine you're talking about?
That's right. Yeah, you have that ability and capability to do these things. Now, we call it brain newts. That's the term we use as natural ether scientists or non-ether scientists. We call it brain newts, or we call it, another term is brain fatir al damaq akh. Fatir al natural brain etheric ether. We have natural ether energy. We put natural ether energy within our brain that gives us those abilities and capabilities to regrow new neurons, increase synapses. And once you have those ability to regrow new neurons and new synapses, you have the ability to regrow additional telomeres. Yeah. Okay. We have these are, as it says, we have a vast array of options at our disposal. Okay, that will make us omnipotent, all powerful. Okay. And you can read this. 51. Again, this is coming from scroll called Supreme Beings the Melaninite. I'm reading from verse 51. It reads, "So the Wapians, or Spartal Sapiens. That is to say that our melanin leads to genetic superiority. We have more superior genes." 52. "We have been endowed with much more brain powers and a wide array of options at our behavior or our disposal, and Sakamat powers to reply to and able to experience a much wider array of inputs." 53. "That is, receive information as sound right reasoning in the form of waves from the Kalei Makwana omniverse and our own soulful ancestors of higher realms who transmit by Nawar light, Lawan color, and sound waves on our own frequencies, AFC or A flat, A sharp, A major, which is the body, denote the tones of the body, the notes of the body, F flat, F sharp, F major, which is the tones of the planet Earth, the notes of the planet Earth, C flat, C sharp, C major, which is the tone of the cosmos, of the universe. A flat being the most important. First, we need to realign ourselves. Right, come down this whole heap of things in. There's we look at the notes there. Okay, so you start from middle C, and it's like this. I don't continue reading ahead. Which all equals 9 natural tones of higher life. Now, early one was doing a chant, and we did a class a few weeks back or a few months back called The Art and Science of Nisbatia. And we gave an example of how to realign your vocal cords. And what we, the master teaches that the vowels, the 3 vowels, let's say there are 5 vowels, but it's only really 3 vowels, A, E, O, in most languages. But we don't say A, E, O. At most battle, we say A, E, O. So we say A, E, O. But you don't say A, E, O. We would chant that as A, E, O. Now, we're not doing it. You just look at the movement of the lips. So it'd be everyone do that one? E, O. Maybe we take a breath, breathe in from the nose, breathe in. Breathe in again. Stop there. Now we talk about the om. So the om be like this. Hear that? Be breathing through the nose. Then, when you're doing your chanting, then you use those tones. Then it'll be ye tum re ye malar the vowels. Use that as a tuning fork for like if you're better word. Use your own vocal cords, your own tongue as a tuning fork. Now these tones, what you would do is you do that on the A note. Like get a tuning fork, or you may be able to get an app and see what note you are on. We do that, or what tone you're on. In this case, as male, we do it on A flat. Feminines, you do it on A sharp, and the children will be A major. So this will help tune you in. Because what it is that when the master says that our melanin leads to genetic superiority, so on the white this is to say that our melanin leads to genetic superiority. What it means is that because of our melanin, our skin is likened unto a membranophone. A membranophone is really a term they use for the skin of a djembe, of a drum. The tighter the skin, the greater the resonance. Obviously, depends on your diet and keeping your melanin clean and exercise. But because we have that natural elasticity in our skin, we have the ability to make those tones, frequencies, and vibrations reach unto the heavens. That's
It's somewhat like it to a drum.
That's right. Yeah, yeah. The skin. That's what they say, like the skin or shimmy or drum. And that's why they use the term membranophone. Okay. And now, because by using the R, A, Wu, and you do your chanting, etc., you are tuning in to the higher forces or those higher beings. Okay. Now, any questions thus far? Clubhouse, Zoom? Go ahead, Mr. Mal.
The musical notes, I'm blown away by it.
So, yeah,
the musical notes, I'm blown away by it. That's why I'm asking. Well, where can I can get this information online, right?
I'm gonna hear about. I'm gonna have that information online. What it is that I do a lot of chanting. I do. I'm in a position to do a couple of hours worth of chanting every day, but I do a lot of I experience a lot. Let me put it like this. I say to everybody that you should use yourself as a laboratory to see what works, what doesn't work. And the master's got it in the scrolls. He does say this, but in the scroll called The Beginning, he says the three sounds are ta, tu, ti. So it'd be ta, tu, ti. Yeah. Okay. So it'd be. Okay. Me do this breathing for the nose. Ta, tu, ti. You also got as well. Ha, hu, hi. Ha, hu, hi. A, I, U. The secondary sounds are dan, tu, tin, han, hu, in. Combine the primary sounds with the secondary sounds, and you get da, tu, ti, dan, tu, tin, ha, hu, hi, han, hu, in. So when you're chanting, well, that's what the master says in the books anyway. So use yourself as a laboratory, see what works, what doesn't work, and you find out that what the master puts in his books, you find that it does work. So our body is a tuning, okay? And the mispatia is a tuning, is a tuning fork as well. The language itself is a tuning fork. So that's why we say. I remember when we said this for another class, we was talking about the word rahubat, and people say rahubat, but the proper way to say that in greetings, the word is rahub. But no, it's not. They say rahub. That's not the correct way of saying it. It's rahub. Rahub. Ra. Say it. Ra. Rahub. Hear that?
Sounds like you're opening your throat.
Yeah, that's the point. Okay. Yeah, that's how. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rahub. Yeah. What it is that it is in a few. Remember, fam, you guys who were there. You know the privileged ones. You know the elite few. Yeah, we brought that down. we brought that down about those they call it emphatic tones, and we're saying how that what happens is that when we speak in this misbatia, remember this is 9 ether language, 9 ether tones, frequencies, and vibrations that we are permeating the atmosphere with. So we are changing the atmosphere from 6 ether to from those 6 ether ghost ether tones, we are morphing it or moving the 9 ether tones, frequencies, and vibrations into the atmosphere.
Is that because the tone we chant in matches the atmosphere?
That's right, 100%, because it's 9 ether.
So the atmosphere's tone is A.
That's right.
Sharp,
No,
major.
no, that's your body's tone. The atmosphere's tone. This atmosphere, you're talking about the planet, is actually what do we say? F flat, F sharp, and F major. That's the planet's tone. But even though you are chanting in A, because of the fact that you are putting out those tones, frequencies, and vibrations, you are inadvertently changing the atmosphere to 9 ether. Yeah. When we all chant, that's harmony. But we will chant on different notes. Say one group is chanting on A, one chant on F, one chant on C. So if you will chant on A, that's unison. If one group is chanting on A, one's on F, one's on C, that becomes harmony.
How does water involve with music?
Right, yeah. Because remember that water is a conductor.
Being that we're aquatic beings, we're still not gills, right?
Yeah, we used to have gills, correct.
We still are.
We don't have gills anymore. We have
what's Bremen something. So therefore we say R, E, U.
Yeah.
That resonance of it kind of flares up.
Earlier. Yeah, that's constant.
Therefore what I'm saying is we're trying to live in water.
Yeah.
Let them, the atmosphere is full of O2.
That's right. Yeah.
That's really cool. Yeah. In terms of like that breathing pattern.
Yeah.
Remember the breath book.
That's right. Yeah.
You're breathing properly.
Yeah.
When you start breathing properly, that's your
diaphragm
and stuff. Therefore, you're still in water.
Yeah.
So again, are we still aquatic beings?
Yeah. We are aquatic beings. I hear what brother's saying now. We are aquatic beings. Reason why is because, again, see that 76, 24% always comes up at those two numbers. 76% of our body is fluid. Another 24% is material, okay, or solid. So we are aquatic beings. The master teacher brought that down. The only thing is that we are not under vast amount of water like under the sea, but we are in an atmosphere that is this is really a water planet.
Yeah. I just want to ask one more question about the tone.
Okay.
Is it only on A that it vibrates when you're doing it, when we're chanting?
Oh no.
As it vibrates within us.
Yeah.
Is it only A?
No, what it is that the master says that is the optimum range. But it can vibrate on any tones. But for your body as Nagara Nadu, A is the one that's beneficial for us. Okay.
So on the top of aquatic. Okay. The dolphins, I just know dolphins means mother. Wound.
Yeah.
So therefore, if we're still breathing in water, we're still breathing in water, and we're kind of like in that atmosphere, are then, I'm right to say, that dolphins, because they're using what? 7% of our brain on.
That's right.
Some human beings are something.
Same thing, that's got not, yeah. Okay,
yeah. So in terms of the dolphin using that echolocation or echo-relocation, therefore they use much more higher senses. Therefore, using muspatia on that level, we're kind of going in that direction. Am I right doing that?
Yeah. We're going in that direction so that in that we will have those abilities and capabilities to communicate with the animals and the dolphin as well. The reason why is because they're saying the chromosome of a dolphin and chromosome of a human being is very, very similar. Remember that our the DNA, or the precursor to life, was based inside the dolphin from the Sirius star system and from the Orion star system, came into the water side of the planet. Voilà. Okay. So we have a lot of connection to the seas and animals of the seas, and also a connection to certain insects, especially the green insects as well. We have a lot of connection to them. Okay. Okay. So here it is now. Again, going back to the class title. The part of Babylon and incarnate, to raise up gods. And this is come from the Holy Tablets, chapter 1, tablet 1, verse 8, and it reads, "You should know that eventually the time will come when these supreme beings, Anunnaki," because it's written in about 1976, now we say Panataro, okay, "will have to descend upon this planet Earth in order to guide the inhabitants back towards their home, in and beyond the stars." 9. "Thereby helping them to become once again the supreme beings of the pure green light, ethereal energy that they once were." Because if you go into the scroll, tones, frequencies, and vibrations, it tells you about what happened on Cyrus C, and how the beings on Cyrus C elevated to higher heights that they didn't even need the planet, and they destroyed the planet. And some of the beings that never elevated had to leave, and some that got relocated here, this planet. So amongst us, we have beings of a very high order in human form, and we've got beings here on the planet Earth that, need to fix up. Well, put it this way, we all need to fix up, but there are those amongst us who are of a higher order, and that's what the masters here. As in, it was the deity Ptah who transported the DNA to this planet as a scientist, Ptah. So the master, as Amun, Nabab, Raye Ptah, Zedtwi, is here with us in this day and time. Again, so that we can transform back into Mogdad deity once again. Okay, so it says it here. "But first, one must be sent to prepare a way, and that one is myself, Panababianun." And 10. "And so it was, for once humans became rulers over the planet Earth, you gradually forgot that your purpose in life was to gain your way back towards the sustainer, which will be the token home. But instead, you became engrossed in your own desires." 11. "While in pursuit of physical gratification and material gains, humans forgot the purity with which they were formed." 12. "As a result, you have strayed from the original ways of the universe and the spiritual path that led you to your true destiny, universal right knowledge, right wisdom, and the right overstanding onto sound right reasoning called Nawapo." Now, I'm going to read something here again. I'll go back to 12. It says, "As a result, you have strayed from the original ways of the universe and the spiritual path that led to your true destiny." That's why we say Wu Nawab or wu-sabat is our Nagaranadu spiritual science and universal knowledge, because it ties us back into Pa Kalei Makwanat, the omniverse. Okay. So this is what we have at our disposal. Use it or lose it. Go ahead, Simon.
Are human beings on this planet ready for the next level?
Are they?
Yeah, I'm just asking.
Okay. Who's ready for? Who's not ready for the next level? You, brother, so you stretch your head here. The confession is good for the soul, bruv. Well, scripture, you did, you put your hand up in it.
I mean, oh yeah, something like that. Yeah. You ready for an example? I was.
Yeah, you got witnesses here, bruv. So make it a good one. Yeah, what do you do? Sorry, bro. Sometimes you have to be put on the spot. You know what I mean, bro? Ready to go to the next level? You put your hand up and say yes.
Yes.
Yeah, say well done. Yeah. No, but yeah, ready to go to the next level. Right, all those never put your hands up and leave now, or just shut your ears. Right, bro, just me and you now, because the rest are not ready, right? We're not ready. They're not ready, so yeah. It's you now. Yeah, come on, step to the plate now. Okay, right. At least somebody's, you know, he says way to the next level. Wu-sabat is the next level, but not the level. It's the next level, and there are many levels.
It's not the level, but next level.
The next level. There are levels upon levels upon levels upon levels. But, yeah. Level 1, level 2, blah blah blah. Yeah. Those of you who are old school, who watched the 36 Chambers of Shaolin, remember that? Remember the Kung Fu movie, 36 Chambers of Shaolin? Yeah. Yeah. So I mean that you can't just go into Shaolin Temple and go to this 36th chamber. You got to start on chamber 1, innit? Right. Okay, if you don't know that, how about Kung Fu Panda? Have you seen Kung Fu Panda? Oh, yeah, you see Kung Fu Panda, you want to go. Yeah. So same thing, that you got to go through. What you mean? What? Yeah. So you have to go through the level, chamber 1. Let's say there are 36 chambers. You got to go through first chamber, then as you elevate, go to the next level, to next level, the next level. But the mere fact that each and every one of you are here, and those on Clubhouse and those on Zoom, the mere fact that you are here listening to the teachers of the master teacher means that you are ready to be taken to the next level. But this doctrine is the next level. Or we call it the hereafter doctrine. Because all the others are going to perish. All those that are in the moon cycle, it's going to fade. And this is sun cycle or hereafter outformation being translated or transformed as information. We use these words outformation and information because it's all part of breaking the spell of spiritual ignorance and racial blindness. Okay? This is coming from the scroll El Mugarad, The Journey Within, page 8, and it reads, page 8, okay? So, as a devoted Tamarine of the ancient Egyptian and mystic order of Neter authority Atumre, known as Amon Nubi Ruach Pata, you must be initiated back into the sacred brotherhood and sisterhood Apa Nitir Shil Nitiru. So it's an initiation that has to take place if you want to be raised up to Nitiru-ship. It's called the sacred brotherhood and sisterhood Apa Nitir Shil Nitiru, the nature of nature, these higher beings. And if you've got the Lotus Scroll, the master goes in on that as well. You must become a Mokrad Empa Nadaru, a child of the Nitiru, which will make you a Nitir. So, once again, we ask the question, did Parnabab Yananan incarnate to raise up deities? Answer is, well, yeah. Did Parnabab Yananan incarnate to raise up deities? Raise up gods? Nitiru? Yeah. That's right, yeah. Okay. And this is what it says here. This is coming from Existence, How and Why, page 17, verse 30, and it reads, Wu Nawapo is the motivator, gives one the incentive, the impulsion, the urge, and wu-sabat is also the activator, the energizer. You feel yourself revitalizing as you read and study these scrolls of eyes revealed to you by myself in flesh. Pa munzal, amun nubre akhfata. You feel the cells in your brain coming back to life. Neurogenesis or neuroplasticity. We talked about earlier on. Okay. You know this is about you. You know this is for you. You know this is your own salvation. So when the brother said, is this a DNA doctrine? The answer is yes. But when he says here, you know this is your own salvation, we've got to build on that, because before there is salvation, there is liberation. Liberation basically means, anybody know what the word liberation means? To be liberated means to be free from what? Bondage, yeah. And when you say bondage, you want to build on that word bondage? Say something, sis? Oh, yeah, because you know, up here, you look at everybody, it's going to twitch. Okay, go ahead about that.
It doesn't have to be physical. It's also mental.
Mental, yeah. When you say mental, why do you say mental first? I hope that's a.
Because mental bondage is stronger than physical bondage.
So once a person is freed, once a person is freed mentally, what happens to the physical body?
It follows.
That's right. So once there's mental liberation, physical liberation would follow, 100%. Okay. So when you say bondage, you're 100% right. What we say when someone's in liberation means freeing you from bondage, meaning being freed from those opposing forces of unnatural nature. Okay?
I'm not talking to you.
And when we say salvation now, salvation basically means once a people has been liberated, salvation is keeping those opposing forces away from the people once they have been liberated. So salvation we always need, okay, to keep those opposing forces away. So first we need to be liberated, then salvation comes afterwards. Or liberation precedes salvation. Okay.
Rahubat Zamal.
All right, Zamal.
There's a brother called Ed Schwinn, if I'm pronouncing that name right, who wants to speak.
Go ahead.
All right. Unmute your mic, Ed, and please speak. Thank you.
Can you all hear me?
We can hear you, Zamal.
Okay, awesome. So, no, I was just, when you asked about what is being liberated, I was just thinking about the word indemnification, which is basically to be made whole. So that would be mentally, spiritually, and otherwise, right?
All right. So to be made whole again. So the Bible said that he's talking about indemnification, means to be whole again. Okay. So once you be so in order for that to happen, we've got to give away, got to give back his stuff, his moon cycle information. His moon cycle which keeps us in formation. To him, hear that word? Information. You want to be in formation according to his design, yeah. Or according to his construct, yeah. So what we are doing here is we are constructing our own center. I don't want to use the word education or education. I use the word education for lack of a better word. Created by one of us for all of us. Because when we go to his educational system or his what they call the school system, his institution, that's it. When we go to his institution, be it kindergarten, school, college, universities, these are his institutions created by him, for him. And we just happen to place ourselves in his construct. And then we complain as to why we don't get no jobs when we finish uni. Or why we should get a job when we finish uni because we've got those bills that I don't know how many grand it is to pay after you've done your 4 years or whatever it is qualification. That has been constructed. And just because a person goes to uni, don't make them any smarter than you guys. You know what I mean? The master says in the Black Book, he says that you find that those most educated are the most ignorant. Oh, you know what I mean? Because they have been programmed by his system. Not to say don't go to not to say don't oh what's it? Oh whoops, I didn't come out of it. Sorry if I just come out of something. I just come out of the doggone room. Yeah, how to get back in? Hang on, I got it. Hang on. Yeah, I'm back in. Yeah. So not to say that don't go to his educational system, because that's all we got. But no, there's nothing to say that we cannot construct our own educational system created by us, for us. So Pandabab United has laid down the black print, and all we have to do is build on it. Okay? So go back to existence, how and why, page 17, verse 31, it reads, these actual facts motivates the activation of the Supreme Being, which is absolute natural nature as your being all in all. 32. You as Negroids, Nagaranadu, Africans of Afaf Re Ka'u, those of the spirit of the sun, exist outside and inside this state. You find yourself trapped in right now, the physical state. Oh, phone is charging. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's in here. Yeah. It's in here. Sorry, plan. Okay. Yes, on here. Yeah. Okay, so it's good. Okay, I'll read up again. 31. These actual facts causes, motivates that it's muted. Oh, sorry. Oh yeah, can you hear me now? Okay, sorry about that, fam. Okay. 31. Okay, this is from reading from Existence, How and Why, verse 31. These actual facts causes, motivates the activities by activation of the Supreme Being, which is absolute natural nature, as your being all in all. As your being all in all. You are everything in part. 32. You as Negroids, Nagaranadu, Africans of Afafre Kahu, exist outside and inside this state. You find yourself trapped in right now, but not for long. Come back from the Lotus of Life, page 14. Ayanun was raised up among you out of the East Africa unto the West to bring you a Sayim Balak, divine message called wu-nawap, and also to teach you Nawapik, we say Bispatia, Sabaik, Ankulu Munwapo, Watu, Nawapians, Sabians, to set up a land, Nawapia, Nawapia, for a landing site for your most lawful ancestors to return and lift those of you who have perfected their beings, cleaned inside out and outside in. 20. So, all this chanting and the doctrine itself will help to move our being, okay? Change our thinking first, and then once that begins to change, we begin to change inside out, outside in. However, it requires the word there is activation, actions. So when they say knowledge is power, knowledge is just knowledge, but it's the utilization of that knowledge is what gives it power. Follow? Okay. 20. So in actual fact, the Afafre Ka'a Salal African race are of Saim, divine origin, and are in fact Kharudu, children of the Nazaru overseers. 21. This is seen as a bacteria implanted in your genetics as hominid genome. This was done by Nazaru, the overseers from Sa'a, Orion, and Sabat, Cyrus. The masculines come from Orion, the feminines come from Cyrus star system. Okay. 23. There has been 223 uncovered Muzyad Mu'tal'u extraterrestrial genes in your 24,000 genomes that travel in sets of 3 on the Yakhasat genes. So they, in fact, Pananaru, implanted some of their own DNA into you. You are encoded as Sayin divine. So when the brother said, it is a DNA doctrine, it says it right here. Go back to the scroll, Notice of Life, verse 23. So when they say there has been 223 uncovered Muzyad Mu'tal'u Yakhasat extraterrestrial genes of unknown origin. So they, Panatharu, implanted some of their own DNA into your own. You are encoded as Saim. So once these DNA, what's got here? Let me just read this here with the brother there. Scientists have also discovered that our ancestors appear to have inherited 223 genes directly from bacteria, many of which appear to now play a crucial role. The gene transfer must have occurred when wayward bacteria DNA integrated into the sperm or egg of a distant vertebrate forebear. When you use the word may, means that they are uncertain as to how these 223 unaccounted for genome, 24 genes appeared. What was you saying? I've got some still new scientist thing there. So we have 223 uncovered extraterrestrial genes in our 24,000 genomes, just waiting to be awakened. Okay, and this is the doctrine that will do it. Coming from the ultimate reality, the question is, so I haven't got the page number or the verses here, fam. The ultimate reality. Question, what is the ultimate way? What is the ultimate truth? What is the ultimate facts? The answer is wu-nawab. Question, who is the ultimate owner? Answer, pa-nabab yanon. Question, what is the ultimate between positive and negative? Answer, 9 ether. The true black positive in absolute, infinite, and eternal natural nature. And 6 ether represents untruth, white, negative, in absolute, unnatural nature. Question, what is your all's ultimate destination? Answer, our existence with ultimate divine order, Pa'od of omniverse, or Pa'ale Makwane. Go ahead, Samal.
Part about that word actually means part of it. the word about can actually mean?
All right, yeah. When we say the word nabab, it means master. These are the munbab, the masters, is an order. Okay, these are the orders of Amun. Okay? So nabab means master. Or munbab, one was of the masters. However, there's also munbab tat, feminine masters as well, because the word is there. And yanun means O primordial one. O nanun tat, wu nanun. Or as nun tat and nun. Okay, thus he was named Yanun. Okay, that's where that's coming from. So when we say master, we talk about a galactical master teacher. Okay, no one on this planet has regarded themselves as master teachers. Their followers may have, like those in the diaspora, their followers may attribute that title to their teacher, but their teacher has never come up and said, I am a master teacher, like the master teacher. That's why we refer to him as the master teacher, because he let you know that I am a master teacher. I'm not a holy man, or Jesus, or whoever, or a saint. He said, I have the same feelings like you, the same emotions like you. I have the same wants and needs just like you. I need to eat food, I need to do that. I am a master teacher, or an ilam mutajasid, divine being in human form, and my job is to raise you all up to become like himself. Okay, that's why he says, I think I got it here. I sift to find those who wish to become from the many called. Sorry, how do you put it? From the chosen few, from the many called. I sift to find those who want to become one with the all. So when you say many called, few are chosen, of the chosen, from the chosen, let's say everyone is the chosen, you look for the few from the chosen. You want to become one with the divine. You follow? Okay, so everybody okay so far? I'm kind of serious. What's going on? No, we should be happy that we received this. We got this knowledge here in our head. Yeah, that's right. Question: what is your ultimate destination? Answer: our existence within ultimate divine order, omniverse. Question: what is our ultimate fate? Answer: by being within the ultimate circle of cosmos, hatab, bliss. You say circle, we talk about infinite. Huh?
Something like Infinity War.
Infinity War.
They're not there.
War.
Yeah,
What's it? When you Marvel, yeah, I mean, what's Iron Man in it? Iron Man in it. Yeah. If you Thanos and then man them in it. Okay. Cosmic, infinite material matter, universal order, ultimate circle of chaos, aka primordial chaos. Primeval chaos, infinite material matter, formless disorder before aggregation and amalgamation of material matter. Material matter, things, something. Without form, figure, shape, sum or shape is nothing, nothingness. Where there is shape, it becomes something, S-U-M. Without shape, it is nothing, meaning it's not registered with human instrumentation. There are states of existences that's beyond the quantum realm, but that's why they've got the Hadron Collider, or the Large Hadron Collider, because they want to find out what exists beyond the quantum realm. They want to find, when they turn the loop back, whenever we're trying to rewind the tape, they want to rewind the tape to the back of, to the beginning. What caused to create the effect? That's what they want. However, they won't find it. They won't find what caused the cause. What was the cause behind the cause? And that's what they're trying to to find, in hopes once they find the cause behind the cause, they will control everybody, control the universe. It's real, isn't it? I mean, you know the ironic thing about that? It's how dumb they are. All the answers is inside of us. I mean, it's all there. When I say us, I talk about us as the Garnadu. The answer is inside of us. That's what Martin's saying here, isn't it? But here, nearly finished, fam. What is the ultimate reality? Answer: removing the mask of God and placing it on yourself, and placing it on yourself and becoming responsible. As Muftar is animis, the ability to respond. Now, I want to read something here. I think we read it before in previous classes. Let's read this, and it's got here. Question: what are the 9 gates to irrealities? Answer: we go through 9 stages called gates on our path to God or Godhood. remember keep in your mind, the class title, Depart the Babylon and Incarnate to Raise Up Gods. Here we go, let's go. 1. First gate is knowledge when we begin knowing things. Remember I talked about this 36 chambers of Shah, the gates? Well, okay. Second gate is wisdom when we learn the right time to apply our knowledge. The third gate is understanding when we learn the combination of knowledge and wisdom. The fourth gate is reasoning when we begin to reason based on our understanding. The fifth gate is when we learn about our spiritual selves. The sixth gate is the gate of disagreeables and negative thinking. The seventh gate is the gate of the religious fanatics, and everything is religion. The eighth gate is of the cultural fanatics. You see them with a Black Panther button on kente cloth, wearing an Ankh and a Haile Selassie patch called Heinz 57, because they have so many cultures, they're confused. The ninth gate is the gate where we begin to think that we are gods and that there is more to everything than what it appears, which causes us to go back to the beginning. And this now. First gate now is right knowledge. The second gate now is right wisdom. The third gate now is right understanding. The fourth gate now is right reasoning. The fifth gate is the reality of spirituality. The sixth gate is the reality of disagreeables. The seventh gate is the reality of religion. The eighth gate is the reality of culture. The ninth gate is the reality of God. At this point, at this ninth point, we realize that the first 9 gates were not reality at all, but irreality. However, only when we went through them again did we see them through reality, through the eyes of reality. However, it is easy to get caught up in any one of them. Most people who make it up to the 9th gate get struck with fear and fall back into one of the previous gates. Why? Because the 9th gate is the reality of God, and everyone can't face that. Okay, here we go. Most people who make it up to the 9th gate get struck with fear and fall back into one of the previous gates, because the 9th gate is the reality of God and everyone can't face that. There are demons on the 6th gate, which is the gate of disagreeables, that attempt to get you stuck there with negative thinking and disagreeable acts and thoughts. The reality of God is that he is behind a mask. But like, I know Coulson's favorite movie is Yellow Brick Road one. What's that movie called? Yellow Brick Road. Oh, yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's his favorite movie. He was talking about that. He's a big kid. The reality of God is that he is behind a mask. And once you get to the ninth gate, you are obligated to go behind the mask and look back on existence through the eyes of God as God and be responsible for what comes with that, responding to your responsibilities. The last part of the ad here is, what is or are our current responsibilities? Here it is, the free Pa Nabab Yanun way of love and unity. Because when we free Pa Nabab Yanun way of love and unity, we too will be free. Because he said that we don't realize it, but we are incarcerated with him. He's not by himself. So I could do whatever I want, but that's what you think. But what he's saying here is love and unity, not for him, but for each other, will free us and in turn free him. Okay.
Can I ask, where are you reading from? Those 9 gates.
Oh, what this was an update given years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I don't know where it's come from.
It's not on the scroll or anything.
No, it's not. I'll just read this last section here. It's from The Master's Secret, The Birth of Earth and the Matrix, page 8, verse 119. And it reads, 118. So you must clean yourself inside out and outside in if you wish to be restored as a munzar, child of Panazarut, overseers. 119. You need hakak tal, hakak at, actual facts, and patarak, the way, our own way, not others. 120. You need the wu nawap to be munwapo, nawapian, speaking nawapui, nawapik, your own tone. And we go to Tankaz, Salvation, page 2, verse 3 reads, a new people will be raised to Nawab, replace those who live by faith and belief of the religions of the Adamite race. 4. Yet, now that I have come with Wu Nawab, and they became Munwapo, the ones who replace the others. I yield. Any questions? Before we it's a good time here, 5 minutes left, isn't it? So
the only question I have again, sorry, is you keep saying responsible, response able, and respawn able. Am I wrong?
That's right.
Okay, that's what I'm
yeah. What it is that he wants us, when we say to respawn, means that give birth to new beings.
Not within your own self, being able to like
yourself as well. Not only a man or woman giving birth to deities, but also giving birth by way of the information to other people, respawning, giving new information to the people.
And was that the indication of somebody that can rise up to being a god?
That's right, yeah. So these are so once again, when we say what's the definition of a deity or God, basically it's saying that everyone has their own definition of God. But we as Mospato acknowledge that a deity is one who has aligned themselves with the highest. Or have put on the mask God, become responsible. And can God be good or evil? The answer is yes. Is Michael Jackson a god? The answer is yes. Is Elvis a god? Yes, whether you like his music or not. Usain Bolt a god? Is the devil a god? Yeah. See? See, we get trapped in words. You know what I mean?
I was gonna say, are we humans or are we gods?
Yeah, we are our own gods. again, though, God is an attribute that's attributed to, remember we said earlier on, a person, place, or a thing. Your house could be a God. Your money could be a God. Clothes could be a God. So everything, you are, like what did Jesus say? It's not when ye, Lord, and your Lord, I said ye are gods. So, I mean,
everything that's God made from outside, like the house, shops, money, like clothes, all of that, like it's from God.
no, what is it? No, you're not saying that. It's when you look at material, a person can get possessed by their possessions. So that becomes what they worship or their God. The master said it like this. He said, there's nothing wrong in possessing possessions, long as you don't get possessed by your possessions. But remember though, when they say that we are, people, you heard this cliche, we are spiritual beings having a physical experience. It doesn't mean that you should really, we was placed in the best part of the planet Earth, which is Africa, right? And being that God, I use that loosely, placed us in the best part of the planet Earth, that means that you want us to have the best what the Earth has to offer. Gold, diamonds, food, water, drink, family, friends. He wants us to have the best that life has to offer.
That's all he wants us to do.
Yeah, have the best that life has to offer. That's why we've been endowed with the best in our makeup. Bro, you want to say something?
I understand God to hear again.
Yeah.
To hear.
Yeah. That's
gender.
yeah. Yeah, for people to understand. Yeah. That's what they do for the layman. Yeah. So we've been endowed with everything. No. Let me rephrase that. By the forces of natural nature.
Yeah.
Okay. Before we end, I want to make like a announcement here. Right. We are, if you want to join and become a member of wu-sabat at nashat.co.uk, what you can do is you can join, you can do so by going on to our website, which is nashat.co.uk/join our community, and you can register that way. So nashat.co.uk/join our community, and you can register, or you can see the matter bas or to leave their contact details legibly. Oh, this is for as an announcement here. We need so we are after volunteers to help with Save the State. That's on June. They can see Bast or Sia to leave their contact details legibly, please. Also, if you want to join wu-sabat, the community, you can go in to nashat.co.uk/join our community and complete a registration form, and you're down. Okay, next week's class we're taken by second brace, same place, same time, 7 o'clock every Saturday. So fam. Remember that we're all students and teachers to each other. You know, the student and teacher is just a seat. 1 minute we're in the seat of the student, next minute we're in the seat of the teacher. No one knows more than a guy who knows less. Same as the master teacher. Once again, we'd like to say Tawakum. Thank you all for coming to Kayat class today. Until the next time, of course, give and take care.
Sabotage tomorrow. Water.
We can pass the bucket. We can pass the plate in a minute.
Wadu.
Yeah, I've got a card. I've got the what do you call it? You know the No, the thing there.
Thank you.
The reader can't read that.
Ajebul Gayat, Ajebul Kayat.
Okay, fam. Afros.
Wado Moisa, Ashok.
Ashok. Thank you, bro. The brothers don't want to pay their respect. I mean, so I just want to.
I want to ask you always. Well, now, yeah. We'll come back next Saturday. It's good.
Recording stopped.